Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It is 27th of July 2017. Some might say an auspicious day on the national calendar. The anniversary of an attempted coup. It failed. We've never had questions answered. Who was responsible? Who was behind it? Tonight, for the first time on a political broadcast, I'm wearing a Jericho Project shirt for a reason. And I'll explain that to you soon. Tonight, we expect some fireworks. It is, of course, after all, a Thursday. I work with bottles. I have no cup to speak for me tonight. Tonight, this is not gonna be G-rated. Tonight when they're badly wounded. Can't take no calls. Don't call me now. Don't text me. Don't WhatsApp me. Why not now? Show start. Send a message on Facebook. If I can get around it, I will get around it. Tonight is serious business. Tag Samson Anton, you know. All of you who's friends with Samson Anton, go and tag him, you know. All of you who's friends with Paulo Kernahan, tag Paulo, you know. Tag Narissa Mandol. Go and tag Brandon Khan, you know. Listen, go and tag Dane Wilson, you know. Tag Corn Beef Man. Tonight when they're badly wounded, you know. All them who have things to say. All who have things to say. Let me talk tonight, you know. Let me talk tonight. Tag Faris, tag Andrew Gabriel, tag Ballhead, backside Keith Rowley, Tag the whole. Listen. Parents, tonight's show, we have no guarantee will be G-rated. I'm telling you this from in front. I understand that the babies like to listen to my voice to fall asleep. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. This is the Jericho Project. It was formed 23 years ago. Unlike Corned Beef Man, who taken state funds to build food court, renting for $12,000 a month. Ask him where that money going. If it going to the Muslim community, who name he say he take the food court in. Stick a pin in that. Ask Dane Wilson if he ever give $1 to anybody. Ask him if he have 5 cents to hang on him up to give to anybody, any charity, anybody. Ask him. But talking Jericho Project. Samson Stink Mouth Nanton. I give you some space, eh? I give room to run. When I call copy and paste media, don't take it personally, brother. You take it personally. You attack me today. So let's deal with this in the public space. All you, I turn over my phone, eh? Stop texting me. I ain't seeing the text. Listen to this, eh? All you who want to be sending me the list. Let me deal with the list. Let me deal with it tonight. And the mocking pretenders who want to be putting my name in thing. Dane Wilson, Corned Beef Man, tag Wazim Daniel, you know. Make sure Wazim paying Debbie George child support. I hear they talking about me and my maintenance for my child. My child is still my best friend in the world. Wazim, go and make sure Debbie George getting she maintenance money. Eh? I hoping so. I tell you all here, tonight, everybody business in the street. All you want to play, all you calling me out. They have a reason. They have a reason I resigned as chairman of Jericho Project when I became politically active. They have a reason Jericho Project never, ever had a bank account. It's for nasty, mocking pretenders like all you. Who would have used Jericho Project and all the good work Jericho Project is doing to attack me. Let me clear the air. Clear the air. I'm waiting for some names. People tell me they come in. Samson, you attacked the PEP members last night. Samson, you attacked the PEP members last night. I want to find the nonsense you put out. Because you talk about my 4 followers and the 5 people who watching my video. And you talk that 9 times in 10 lines. So I could only assume, Samson, that jealousy rotting your red ass. I could only assume jealousy rotting through your red ass. But you can't talk, you can type. You have too much tongue in your mouth. When you come to talk on the TV, it's boogly, 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 boogly. People can't understand half of what you say when you're talking about the news. Sabga only know why Sabga hire you and why Sabga keep you and why Sabga make you head of news. Gabriel Farrier have to explain to this nation how you end up head of news of CNC3 with boogly, 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 boogly when you're reading the news. Nobody could understand what you're saying. When Samson Anton reading the news, people looking for subtitles. What he just said? Man had too much tongue in his mouth, and I know it eating up your nasty red ass, Samson. I know it's jealousy eating you up, and I'm coming for you. Hema, they say you calling my name, Hema, tell me that ain't true, you know. Hema, you know I know, eh? Hema, I'm leaving you alone tonight, you know. Rhea Rambali, I'm sticking pins. Listen, eh? All you had platform for years. I take my licks. I have my little platform now. Don't attack it. Don't attack it. Not until all you can get hundreds of thousands. All you jiggling with no bra to get views. I don't have to do that. This is information, empowerment. People getting representation on this. Not no bra jiggling. That's not what they're coming here for. Dominic Calipasad, when you came to thief that little Indian girl, what's she name? Oh God, who reading in TV6 now? Oh gosh, I can't. How that slip out my head? That little Indian girl, Jiggly. When Dominic come to Tifa, I was handling communications for Jerry Hadid. And I tell Jerry, Dominic come into Tifa. I waited for somebody to put her name here so I could read it. I'm trying to remember. They come to Tifa from CNMG to put her to read news in TV6. And I was the one who tell Jerry Hadid, I get the information. I said, Jerry, make Samantha John an offer. She's the best news reader in the media. She's the best news reader in the media. And TV6 going and play one red girl, one Indian girl. That was the plan. That was the plan. Jerry Hadid, CNMG, poached Samantha John from TV6 before Desha Rambachanda is she name. Before Desha crossed the floor. And that was supposed to be a coup. They get a coup on coup. Because by the time Desha went, nobody missed her. Because CNMG ended up with Samantha John. But I know the media think, afraid them. I will go toe-to-toe with every one of you all. I've been doing that for years. Rhea Rambali asked, and I remember reading Rhea Rambali post when I called for a commission of inquiry into what passing for media in this country. Because media in this country is not what the framers had in mind when they made press, when they protected freedom of the press. It wasn't for you, Rhea Rambali, and the rest of the bandit squad masquerading as journalists in this country to go and sell all your soul for HDC house contract, to lie down on your back and get housing. Which one all you lying down on all your back and getting apartment in one Woodbrook place? Which one all you have a man paying a rent? Which journalists have a man paying a rent for an apartment 4 times their salary? And all they want to play, all they talking about people. When Judy Raymond and Susan Shepherd wrote in The Guardian, it is an assault on press freedom. And that day, the same Judy Raymond and Susan Shepherd turned them out the other way. What all they get when all they went in the room with Gabriel Farrier? I didn't hear that. You tell the nation when the whole media association collapsed and Sunati Maraj riding, best activist journalist, hack for hire, who run the election campaign for CNC3 and TV6 at the same time. Independent media, my half-red ass. Sunati Maraj run in the political campaign in TV6 and CNC3 in 2015 at the same exact time. How is that independent media? Kiss my ass for that. But when the whole media association collapsed and Samson and Suniti run in there to play, God, well, now we could rail battle with the political handlers. We have media power. Who is the media association today? Where them? Nothing. Valueless. Nothing. Why did all of the journalists of note, of value, Sheila Rampersad, Denise Wren, and Anika Gums walk out of The Guardian that same day with no job to go to? I think Sheila working Power 102 and Anika, I don't know where Denise and Anika gone. I think it was Express. Why they left? Why they left? All they want to publish bullshit and pass it as news and fool people. Samson, woogly, Nanton. Why don't you go and hem your tongue? You want to talk about me, brother? Why don't you come out in public? You sit down in Wayne Sturge office. You see, this is how you know he's a journalistic hack for hire. When Camille Robinson Regis had benefited from spying on my phone, from a conversation that I had with Rudal Munilal, who was then in charge, who was the puppet master for Ken Ali in CNMG. You know what I was trying to do? I was trying to get a show on the air called Equal Time, so that people from both political parties could debate issues, so that the public could get away from the bacchanal and deal with issues. Camille Robinson Regis went on a political platform and exposed that. And I asked, where did you get this information from? It was a telephone conversation between me and Rudal Munilal. How could you have this information? It was frightening. I went to Wayne Sturge office and I called a press conference. The rest of the media did not come. One man came. Guess who? Samson woogly Nanton. And I know I'm making an ass of myself, trying to make an ass of him, but he's an ass long time. And I don't care what happened after this. I tell you all already, I'm not running down no prime minister work or nothing. But I'm not taking this bullshit anymore. Samson is a fraud. And Trinidad will find out why you get that position in CNC3. Somebody had to know. One of them go talk. One of them bound to talk. Yeah? I get vexed today and I post something and Ira Matur tell me she didn't like what I was posting. I tell Ira, girl, I apologize. But there's only so much of this bullshit you could take. Brandon nasty stink mouth can. Brandon nasty shiny suit stink mouth press hair can. Wanted to play, he bad talking me all over social media. So today, when I was outing Samson, Paulo, I throw Brandon in the mix too. Brandon sent me a message saying he went and sue me. I said, brother, you on a list of people we going to sue. We just making up the money. So take me in the court. He said, you can't say that about me. I said, brother, you shared defamation on me 13 times and I give him all the information. And I shared it for you all on social media. I shared it for all of you all to see. The different days and the different times this son of a bitch defamed me. And tell me, well, one thing to have nothing to do with the other. But I said, miss me with that bullshit. We will go in the court. And I tell him, come and defend your defamation of me in court. He put, I in Canada, boy. And I share that for you all to see too. And next one is Sabga boys. And next one is Sabga boys. But right now, Guardian Media. Only word, Guardian newspaper. You ever see how much paper in it now? When I say check how much pages you get in a Guardian. Guardian and Express playing 2 games to see if they could get people to pay to read the news that they copy in and paste in. Because they have nothing new in the Guardian or the media or the Express. When Keith Rowley hold back information just for the Guardian and the media and the Express, nobody don't hear it. Because nobody taking on TV6 and CNC3. Nobody cares about it anymore. And they don't care about Keith Rowley and Kamala. So the whole country now turn up. Because the media, who's supposed to be packaging and presenting your political options, you're not taking them on. You're not taking the information that they're trying to bring on and they don't know what to do. So Guardian charging you for the letters and selling you the news. Express giving you the letters free and charging you for the news. But it's the same news and it's the same letters. So they're making fools of yourself, trying to make fools of people. Pay to read online in the Guardian and the Express what you discuss on social media, Facebook and WhatsApp 2 days ago. Like all of we is jackass. But we have to open this up because the media in this country stopped being media a long time ago. And if a newspaper getting $1 million contract on the port from the PNM, that newspaper owner can't have his newspaper putting out information that jam in the PNM because he will lose the $1 million a month he getting from the port. But I went in Wayne Sturge's office to put in the public space. I call a media conference and only Samson Pornstar and Anton show up. And Samson Pornstar and Anton show up to take footage and throw questions at me that have nothing to do with this. Because they set me up and I didn't know. I was still young in the thing then. I was still believing. I was still hopeful. You know when you think, my wife can't be horning me, boy. Or my husband can't be sleeping with the secretary. Or that neighbor child that looking like my wife or my husband can't be. I was still willing to believe. That night, we watched news where Samson Nanton deliberately lied on the Jericho project. Now I tell you, I will never forgive him. Jesus Christ could meet me face to face and tell me, forgive Samson Nanton, and I will tell Jesus Christ, no. Because Samson Nanton is a nasty man, I'll tell you why. You could do Philip Alexander anything, but you see Jericho project? Jericho project around 23 years, and they have plenty desperately poor people in this country. Desperately poor. The orphans, the homeless, the disabled. They have people on the North Coast and in Valencia that only have home and bed and clothes and food because the Jericho project exists. And to attack that organization, you know what? Just to think about attacking an organization whose only reason for existence is to help people in need, make you lower than Satan. Samson, I'm telling you, they have a place in hell hot and waiting just for people like you, brother. You're nasty, you're dirty, you stink. Whoever you sell your soul to, brother, I hope them pieces of silver was worth it. I hope it was worth it. But I tell him, Trinidad and Tobago this now. I have reduced it and I have been waiting. I have been waiting for it to come to the point as to we will know who is responsible for the things that are being said. We have corned beef man who is a jackass in his own right. Without Muslim people and the threat of Muslim violence, Inchan Ishmael is just an ass. As it is, even Muslim people is write me and say, Philip, we don't claim him, you know. He really is an incontrovertible, Samson try and pronounce that word. He is an incontrovertible, unforgivable, unrepentant jackass. Corned beef man is such a jackass, even his hair leave his head and gone. Nobody want nothing to do with Inchan Ishmael. He excelled in bringing in foreign news guards and tried to get the government to legitimize his business. He in 1 year, Inchan Ishmael, in 1 year, tried to form his own party, join COP, join UNC, join ILP, and then join PNM. And his followers, his 12 and a half followers, followed him around like fools, looking for the promised land that Inchan promised them. And that is just that jackass. And I want to tell you all why I'm not answering these things that these jackasses put out. Dane Wilson. Dane Wilson is famous for 2 things. 3 really. Manning had 2 balls when he was alive. 2 balls. Dane Wilson used to carry his left ball. I will let you all know who used to carry his right ball another time. But Dane Wilson's position in the party was to follow Manning around with his 2 hands cupped round Manning's left ball. He was made for his effort the youth officer. When Rowley came into power, Rowley dispensed with Dane Wilson. He made such a mess of the thing, no other youth person in the party wanted the job. Fitzgerald Hines, at the ripe young age of 67, became the PNM youth arm. I said, well, if at 67 he could be the head of the youth arm, why don't make him the head of the women's arm too? But they say his ass wasn't fat enough. But we stick a pin in that. Come right back to Dane Wilson. The 3rd thing he's famous for is he built a CPAP wall and it fall down. They didn't tell them that. Tell them. They stink and dirty. All of you. Stink and dirty. And I tell people, I will answer allegations against me, but consider the source. Consider the source. I am the kind of person that I don't mind if a purebred dog bite me. But if I let a pothong bite me, I look for that. I look for that. If you're going to get bite, at least get bite with a dog with papers, na man. Or some kind of pedigree. Samson, stink mouth, porn star, can't pronounce words nantan. That is who I had to be fighting with tonight. Inchan Ishmael, come na man. Inchan Ishmael, Dane Wilson, I am upset. I am disrespected by the quality of haters I have. I demand a better standard of hater. These fellas too jackass for me. They're too jackass. And listen, it's 3 lists they write. Philip Edward Alexander. Commit every crime. I nail Christ to the cross. Shoot Gandhi and Martin Luther King. And I think I horn both Dane and Inchan father with their mother. I think that's what I do. Because I want to tell you something, and I know all of this, you all don't want to hear this from me. They're telling me, Philip, that is behavior unbecoming of a prime minister. Miss me with that. Because Kamala measured Dr. Bisessa pipe against Ganga Singh pipe in the parliament, and all they didn't have a problem. And Rowley tell Kamala about she cat, and his dog will bark at she cat on the campaign trail. The same kid Rowley, who anything in a skirt pass, and he had to check the length and the waist size. Anybody who could show up in the government after as your prime minister with 2 fully, heretofore, Samson trying to pronounce that word, heretofore unaccounted for fully grown children, but spent 31 years signing a document saying, I believe that everything I said above to be true, when he said he had 2 children and he had 4. What he knew about. And you didn't have a problem with that. Oh, they don't have a problem with that. So miss me with that bullshit too. I know this is un-prime ministerial behavior, but you know what you need? Less of the bullshit prime ministerial behavior that you've been getting, and more honesty. I don't mind if these mocking pretenders come at me. I really don't. I have no problem whatsoever with them. None. I hear, you know this man, you know that man, this one saying that about you, that one have that. Philip, you read this? Yes. And does it change how cute, sexy, bright, intelligent I am? No. I make myself available to serve, and the people reject me, I go my flecking way. They want to know what you do for a living, boy. Philip, how you have so much time? Slowly roll. Who in your party? Who else in your party? Give me the information. Why? All of this is for victimization. Or you can't figure it out yet. I learned a long time ago. All you like this next clown, Conrad NL, walking into a campaign holding Sun Tzu, The Art of War. If you have to show people what you're reading, you ain't reading it. That is a prop. But I read The Art of War when I was 7 years old. And I play with my cards very, very close to my chest. What you see here tonight and what you hear is what I want you to see and hear. Don't think you know everything, Paulo. Paulo Kernahan. My supporters saw Paulo put out a video because Paulo realized he become irrelevant and his company Idiot Productions not getting any government contracts. So he started to put out some live videos too because live videos are fashionable now. So Paulo went and sit down on a bench in Arangua Savannah or one of them Savannah and talk about the height of the grass and why we need better government. And cool, we like him up. I share the video because I have no problem. Listen, I have no problem with nobody, you know. I'm mending fences. You could be my worst enemy in the world. Come and shake my hand tomorrow and think done, you know. I told Brandon that. I said, listen, you start this, apologize publicly, and we good. We good. Paulo and Idiot Productions sat down in that savannah to talk about the height of the grass and why the government not mowing the lawn. He was correct. So we shared the video and people telling him, boy, Paulo, come on board, PEP. And Paulo wanted to play, he disrespecting me and saying he know this and he know that. So they're saying, well, tell us, lead us correctly because we want to say that Paulo tell us Philip is a fucking crook. And this is why. Because Brandon can't say. Samson told David Shepard today on his thread, I read it. He said, I have friends who follow Philip. I have friends who in the PEP. I know people who follow Philip, but I can't follow Philip because as a journalist, I have discovered things about him that makes me feel he shouldn't be a leader. And the question I want to ask, like I asked Keith Rowley, who held on to Emailgate when it said that Suraj Rambachan and Anand Ramlogan and Kamla was coming to kill Denise Ren. You hold it for 6 months. Samson, if you find out thing about me, brother, and you know people who could be led to the correct path by busting me open, why you don't make it news? Why it not news? Why is it not news? You wasn't bashful before to attack the Jericho project. I have screenshots of the 27 times over the course of 9 months I asked you for a copy of the tape. But the problem is, Samson, nasty stink Mount Nanton, you were the journalistic hack and you were also the head of news. So I had to come to you to get the information about you so my lawyers could sue you. You talking about my Jack in the Box lawyers? Give us the information tonight. They want your B14 and your 5 polyester tie, Samson. They want it. Don't play hide and seek with the information. Give us the video. If you really think, Samson, you said in your post that you have witnesses and you have information, give us the video. I will post it on Facebook, brother. Your whole interview, I getting more following and more viewers than the whole of CNC3 combined. I will publish the video for you. People will see what you say. And my lawyers will take your B14 and your 5 polyester ties. And yes, I know I'm being nasty to all of y'all because y'all deserve it. There is no reason for y'all to be so stink and dirty. There is no reason for y'all to be so jealous. First of all, Paulo, you can't lead nobody. You have one follower 20 years now, Narissa Mandol. Narissa Mandol leave the media and follow Paulo. So she make him feel like he's a leader because he have a fan. Without her, it's just Paulo walking around by himself. So tonight, I'm telling you to make this. My mother and fathers live behind Paulo's mother house. Neighbors. I know Paulo family. Nice and decent people. Do I want to be hating Paulo? No. But Paulo's a jackass. Because Paulo wants to pretend, like all of those people who want to pretend. If you can't be somebody, bad talk them. Because the other people who don't have a clue in their mind will think, well, if he bad talking him, he either knows something or he better than him. But I asking you, total amnesty, no lawsuit. Tell people what you know. Tell them why you're vexed with me. Tell them. Because I watched Dilworth Braffett ask you 5 different ways What do you know about Philip? Because Dilworth is the head of communications of the Progressive Empowerment Party. And he wanted to know. Because he didn't, these people in the PEP, trying to understand, you see, this is why I'm not pushing them out in the public yet. We have a massive team. But you're only waiting, cock, like Bapepi and then everybody business will be in the road. You, Sophie White, Sophie Gill. Sophie, let me talk now. You want to talk about your family, Sophie? You want to talk about addictions? You see, I could be nasty like you all, you know. Catherine Stallmeyer White don't want me put her name in my mouth. She don't want me talk about her husband, Gregory White, posting every day in the Express and the Guardian, and the Guardian copying and pasting. I could be just as stink, just as dirty. I'm trying to go forward nice and easy. We're trying to fix Trinidad and Tobago. If you can't help, at least don't hurt now. Where say? I as a mother ass, I tell Trinidad that. You don't want me for a prime minister. I will hang people. I will enforce law like Trinidad never see law enforced before. The Chamber of Commerce don't want me there. There are certain Syrian cabal don't want me there at all. We will fix the nation though. And poor black people, for the first time in this country's history, will not only get representation, they will get equity. They will get service. They will get dignity and respect. They will get hospitals and schools and home ownership and food that they can afford. They will get real jobs and the promise of hope and opportunity for them and their offspring. Not left to hustle and become gang members, security guards and KFC cashiers. For the first time in this country's history, and I'm talking about recorded history, from slavery come forward, black people never get respect in this country. Few black people have escaped. Few black people have had to leverage other black people to the PNM or maybe even to the UNC. Barbara Burke is her name? Archbishop Barbara Burke of the Shouter Baptist had to sell the Baptist community to Bastille Pandey to get legitimacy for Shouter Baptists in this country. Prior to that, they were illegal. Illegal to ring your bell and shout for Jesus Christ. Stink and Dutty, Keith Rowley and the Maruga Cowskin bunch. Stink and Dutty. The day the people of Morva, Beetham, Laventille and Sealots wake up to the reality of the PNM is the day this country will change. Somebody told me today is the anniversary of a dark day in this nation's history, and I had a big conversation with some thinkers. And somebody said, Philip, I hope you all know the responsibility you all have in the PEP, you know. I think you all are the last best hope for this country and probably the reason why nobody ain't really riot yet. Because they're seeing a chance. They're sensing that they have something. So they want to burn down nothing. They're waiting. Cocked and waiting to vote. Morva, Beetham, Laventille and Sealots, I come in your community. I come into whole meetings there. Regardless of who they pay what to kill me. Because if we don't free the people of Morva, Beetham, Laventille and Sealots, Trinidad could never change. It could never fix. We ain't going nowhere. And I want to take Samson and Dane and Paolo with me. I wonder if Keith Rowley ever walk in Beetham. I wonder if Keith Rowley, I wonder if Faris ever walk in Sealots. Well, boy, that would take a week of shoe shining to shine them people off your shoes, eh? Our reality in this country is it is far too easy for people to abuse parliamentary privilege and media privilege to discredit people. But again, and I don't want to say this cocky, but they never expected somebody to come along who all of their bullshit just can't stick. It's not sticking. I'm dealing with you all too long. I understand the game. I read the playbook. I was there. I saw how you all treat each other. I saw how you all put information on each other to cut each other up and cut each other down. I saw. That is why I tell the nation they have only two two politicians in this country I will work with, Gary Griffith and Wayne Sturge. And I will work with Gary Griffith and Wayne Sturge for two very good reasons. I trust them both. You're not going to trenches, you know. If we get political power, them bitches will load up and come, you know. And you have to be able to defend. It's one thing to win. It's the next thing to hold it. Robbie learned that the hard way. We will hold it. And I need soldiers. Gary Griffith is a strong soldier. Wayne Sturge have a masterpiece to paint. He has started to paint it yet. Brilliant, brilliant criminal lawyer. And he know all who know who. Only two politicians I will ever deal with in this country. So to the people who are asking, if you see it coming close and the PEP could join up with the UNC and win, no sir. The PEP not joining with nobody. Everybody free to join the PEP. Our positions, our policies, our programs are non-negotiable. Housing for all. HDC shut down. All the special purpose companies gone. Regional Health Authority gone. Tobago House of Assembly gone. Local government gone. Proper setup, decentralized, run constituencies funded to manage their own affairs. An education system that leaves no child behind. A healthcare system that treats all of the people of this country with first world dignity and respect. A food production policy that makes this country food self-sufficient in 5 years. This is what they're fighting. Because just those policies will take all of the poor people of this country and make them all middle class. It'll make them all middle class. The government will take responsibility for employment and jobs. We will make sure that we're not setting at random arbitrary minimum wages. We will dovetail cost of living to the money being earned. And if you're in business paying slave wages, you're not in business, brother. You're in slavery. Shut down. Something better set up will replace you. We will make sure no job is left behind. See, when this PNM came to power and the steel company shut down and all them workers leave, they leave them there to cry blood. Cry blood. I mean, I don't care. We eating nice. So the power structure don't want to hear this. The banks don't want to hear this. The banks don't want to hear this. The banks want their hegemony. They want control. And we're going to free up the economy. We're going to drill the money right down. The contractor class that's holding up these two parties don't want to hear. We say that in each of the 41 constituency, you can't get a contract unless your company registered in that constituency and you're from there. And you can't be from two. You can't be from two constituency. So pick. And all 41 are equal. All 41 equal. So pick. So we will get 41 contractors doing well. At the very least, road paving. And put all our people to work. And drill all the money down to the lowest levels of society. When we come out of office, recall legislation would be law. That any public office holder, from the president come down, the chief justice, the prime minister, any public office holders, the commissioner of police, the director of public prosecutions, the people will have the power to fire you, to recall and replace you. Referendum, to make sure that the people want to vote on things like which is our final court of appeal, CCJ or Privy Council. The people want to decide if to decriminalize marijuana. Today, we, Banana Republic, send police and army to mash up $2.8 million worth of marijuana when they could have harvested it and shipped it to Los Angeles. Because it's legal there. And they buy it, $2.8 million. Up in smoke. Or so they say. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I'm telling you, going forward from here, if you think the PNM or the UNC or the puppet masters, contractocracy, bankers and chamber of commerce companies that manipulate and foist those two parties on us, if you think they're giving us a free space to pass, you waste that whole thought, you know. And if you think Philip Edward Alexander give two asks what they say about me, you waste our next thought. Because I said today, I go everywhere. I talk to everybody. The number that I give you all at night to call me on the phone is my cell phone number. The whole world, always be WhatsApping me all the prayers and the lights in the hand and all that nonsense. Please stop that now. But always be taking advantage, calling me. I go into sleep last night, I get a call from Japan. Philip, we supported you. All right, but let me sleep now. Yeah. I go on the radio. I go on 104.7 that have a grassroots audience, and I go on 91.9 a different grassroots audience. Both of them ask me, you're taking calls? So if you're taking calls, if you're in politics, you have to take calls. We know politicians don't take calls no more. I taking calls all the time. Who more open and accessible than me? If I had skeletons, I trained in the same gym with John DeGans and his wife in Dane Wilson bullshitocracy shit that he and Inshan sharing. They're talking about a company on Dundonald Street. It's Lockman and DeGans. They're talking about Tommy Lockman, John DeGans are people I know. And I can't keep bringing people into that. Naim Mustafa, they allude. I call Naim Mustafa. Naim call me, say, Phil, we good? I say, Naim, we better than good. He say, well, I know that. Ignore them fuckers. And that's Naim Mustafa. You can't be interfering with people. You can't be doing this. It can't be so easy. It can't be so easy to interfere and terrorize people. It can't be. And call that politics. That's not right. That's not right at all. And tonight, I had to tell a follower today. I said, feel free to unfriend me. I am not answering these people and their nonsense. Because the day you start answering them, they will just write a new list the next day. They're not dictating my pace. You think Corn Beef Man and Dane Wilson could dictate my pace? You really think so? You think Inshan have a proper thought in his head? You can imagine what it must be like to be inside that head. You ever listen to him talk? Huh? Trinidadians have joined the Progressive Empowerment Party in droves, not because of my political sexiness, but because of the policies that we advocate. And we say, I tell you now, if we win, 20,000 all year, camp outside the parliament for the first week. Because it'll take the first week to get the laws passed. Recall, referendum, campaign finance, and procurement. When them 4 laws pass, you own the country. Because any minister, any prime minister from then going forward, you have the authority to fire. Chairman of the EBC, you can fire him. We want a contract with the people. We want to empower the people. We want communications on a constant basis with the people. We want a government app with the people. Everybody on your phone. So we as the government can tell you what is sense and what is bullshit. When they're spreading the rumors. In direct communication. And you must be able to walk right up the food chain and get representation. Because we, like every other government who has ever held office in this country, are working for you. They're your servants. The most catch-ass man in Helyard and in Beaton is Keith Rowley's boss. And Keith Rowley needs to come to terms with that. And don't sit down on no stage with your earpiece playing you some dun-dada. You're not. You're not. You lie your way into office. And we all clear that you had no plan. Your only plan was get office. So we can do what we're doing. But we will deal. We will deal. Because if we get office, we will get access to all of the paperwork. And brother, I'm telling you, from prime ministers come down, this country, the people must see for the first time the equal administration of justice. And we will write laws to make sure that everybody who have taken advantage of the public. I hear Herbert Volney calling my name in his mouth. Herbert Volney, you're a mad ass. You are the maddest ass that has ever had any kind of political office in this country, but worse. Kamla Prasad Bisesa accused you of misbehavior in public office. You agreed and you apologized, and yet the DPP has never investigated or charged you. And I don't understand why. Because you said you did it. You said you did it. All of these live videos, mocking pretenders. I see Daryl Duku put out a video crying about who getting raped and who getting murdered. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. When you took your pieces of silver to sell out, what you thought was coming? All you feel when you buy a banana, you just only get the banana. No, brother, you're getting the skin too. You're getting everything. You pay for everything. So don't lie down there and cry. Eh? I used to have gap teeth Rachel Price. I mean, oh God, Rachel Price ugly in the dark. I used to tell myself, this woman bad talking me. And I used to watch Middle Friends and Family. Kya, kya, kya. I say, no problem. Teach me how to be strong. How to deal with this bandwagon of jackass cats. Look what she come down to. A transvestite in New York or London. Decimator. Make God laugh. I didn't laugh. I felt sorry for both of them. I felt sorry for the hundreds of thousands of people who was following that road, that train wreck. And I said to myself that this is an indication of what needs to fix. This PNM education that PNM sycophants boast about, that the UNC ignored and failed to fix, needs to fix. Our people need to become functionally literate. We have too many fast food companies in this country. And if we understood the health implications of that many, it is not to boast that Trinidad is the #1 consumer of KFC. That is not a boast. That is not something sensible. If we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, were functionally literate, there would be Trinidad food restaurants selling on every corner, not KFC and Burger King. Come now, man, that's barely food. That's barely food, but our people don't know. And our education system not educating them. And we don't have an advertiser's code of ethics. So the advertisers could tell you, you could win. Oh no, they don't even write the word could. Buy here and win $1 million. That's a lie. You can't buy there and win because you're not winning. Maybe you have a chance to win. But if you had an advertising code of ethics, it would have made sure that it said at the bottom all the terms and the conditions and the chances. You are 1 in 7,700,000 that have a chance at winning this handbag. So people know. But what we've done to our people is we've set up a system broken at every level to disadvantage and do them wrong. So people could cock up their foot in Goodwood Park and flick their Havana cigar ashes on their neighbor roof, pretending that they're successful. You're not successful, brother. If anything, you're successful in taking advantage of people. People have been doing that since man learned there are next man next door and how to hit him in the head with a club. Let us rise up above that now. When will we ever get to become a nation where all of our people, rich and poor, black and white, care about each other enough to say, you know what? What I want for me and my family, I want for you and your family too. The day we get to there, I tell somebody today, once everybody get house and they say, yeah, give everybody house so bandit can break in. I said, brother, who's the bandit that breaking in? The bandit breaking in now because they can't get house. We have a house crisis. Our people squatting, screwing HDC members, bribing people to get house. Our people need housing. When the night come, you need somewhere to put your head down. You need to know your children safe. Tomorrow is another day. But when people can't have a place to put their head in the night, we expect. We really expect. Our principal policy is housing from day one. They're working it out now. And I tell the banks, we will use the unit trust, First Citizen Bank and the Home Mortgage Bank and create an instrument. The rest of the banks don't honor it. Our people will get a government secured loan up to $1.5 million. Once they have a job and they could pay the installments, 0 deposit, 0 interest for 30 years. If you are 65 and you come to get a loan and you have a 20-year-old child and they have a job and they're willing to co-sign, you qualify because your inheritor could take on the loan. We will make sure, first, our people get houses. Second, they get food and clean water to drink. Third, we will make sure that jobs are readily available. The education system will leave no child behind. And our healthcare, from dental to ophthalmology and everything in between, in all 41 constituencies, will treat our people with the dignity and the respect that they deserve as citizens of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And all the nasty stink mouth, slander and defamation, Dane Wilson, Inshan Ishmael, Brandon Khan, Sophie White, who's his next clown? Corn Beef Mother, calling him already. The balance, Ansel, the handful of mocking pretenders. Do your worst. Do your worst. Because I feel in my heart the time for the rescue of Trinidad and Tobago is now. I think we're on a holy crusade. And I think the people seeing that. And they understand that this jackass, this one, this half of 1%, this half-breed Syrian, this jackass, don't even want the job. A girl named Lisa Cooley asked me 19 different ways. You want the job or you don't want the job? I will stop following you if you say you don't want the job. Stop following me, Lisa. Get lost. Go and follow somebody else. I'm not in this for games. If 41 people vote for you, if all you win all 41 seats, I don't know. I can't speak for the future. It's up to the people. It's them to decide. We have a lot of time between now and then, and I am certain we will find somebody better suited for the job, because I don't like to wake up early in the morning. True talk. And I want to be able to talk to people honestly. Everywhere I see you, I let people bad talk me and I just let it pass. I say, you know what, I ain't going nowhere. But they went overboard. Dane Wilson, who gave you money to sponsor Facebook and ad that defamed me? Who gave you that money, Dane? I know you don't have it. Who was sponsoring you? Who was underwriting that? Which one of the bandit clan in the PNM thought that this was the best way forward? That you're sharing information. This is what I laughed at. If you have to sponsor it into the news feed, it's because nobody taking you on. As write a post or two a day, 5, 6, 800 shares. It goes wild on Facebook. You share slander, scandal, salacious, muckraking. We know what his wife, we know what his child, his mother, his father, his school career, where he working. We know everything. Nobody take you on. A couple fake profiles share it from one another. And I laugh, I tell people the other day, I went into my blocking list of blocked persons and find 4 Inshan Ishmael profiles. That man just making Facebook profiles to add me as a friend to attack me. You see these people mad? Mad no ass? What you expected? What you thought I would do? Curl up and hide? All you doing this so long? You didn't think I'd develop a resistance? You didn't think at some point, no matter what you say, it wouldn't bother me? You didn't think? Now we here. The party's 7 months old. You spent all your gunpowder. You have nothing else. Nothing else. You've spent all of your ammunition. You have nothing else. And we are 7 months old. And this is the first time I have called some of your names. The information that I have on all of you will make each of you weep. Like Brandon Jackass can tonight. Start off with, he will sue me. End up running for the hills. Big child. Yeah? This cannot be how politics is done in a country where the government is so terrible. This cannot be how it is done. And we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, need to reject it. When you come on this wall, you don't hear me putting Rudal personal business in the public space. You don't hear me telling you about Kamala personal business. I don't go in Johnny Sukaran, Peter Pan, Faris Al-Rawi. He had us nibble at a little bit. Shorty boy. I could put Shorty boy business in the roads. Shorty boy wife and my ex-fiancé worked together for years. They're still working together. I know Shorty boy business. You don't get that on this wall. Why? Why when you come here? Look at last night. Last night we had a big national hug up. Whole day I getting messages from people I didn't know that was following us. Boy, last night's show was the best. I feel like I could vote today. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have to up our game. We have to up our game. We have to tell those two political parties, we see you. And we do not accept that anymore. We need to up our game. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we need to get better at what we do. But I want to tell my haters tonight, you know. I know you all now. I was waiting to see it must, you know. Things to settle, you know. You wait a little bit, things to settle. I ain't no saint. Inshan share a Facebook screenshot from me from 5 years ago. When my profile picture was a picture of me, the back of me. No, it was a picture of me having a picture of somebody with a middle finger in the air. And he was provoking me and I call him a grimy CU word. Right? Now I never thought I would be ending up in politics. Or I would have to defend everything I've ever said. And when I looked at it on the wall and I see that my name saying Inchan use a grimy CUNT. And I thought, how do I explain this? And then I realized, I don't want to. I still think so. So I owned it. So I said, Inchan, and you ain't changed. So my opinion of you hasn't changed. We could stop tonight. I could stop tonight. This don't have to continue. This don't have to continue. True talk. PP could end. You all don't want it to be done. Everybody in the PP have a life. Or the PP could go forward and I could go my merry way. I have plans. Places I would like to see. I don't need this. I not like Rowley and Kamala. Them don't know how to stop. Tim Gopi saying, Tim, how long is too long, brother? How long before you make way for younger, more energetic people? Come on, man. How long? Some of y'all in politics, too long. Some of y'all there before social media. You don't understand. The conversation has changed. Some of y'all there before electricity. Things have changed. Make way to the voters of both parties. I say to you again, half a boat can't sink. No matter how much we time now bullshit they put in your head, half a boat can't sink. When your enemy side of the boat sinking, you sinking too.
Sinners coming, with them I go be dealing.
I would like to offer you my services as a certified life coach free of charge. You can call me when you are bursting at the seams and want to explode. Just pick up the phone and call me, and I will talk you through it. Thanks for the offer. I'm never bursting at the seams. Today I was angry.
Because the things that they do me,
But I can continue.
Peter looks as the roads by the gate. Peter, look the Englishman, we send us the roads to Africa land. Peter, take trip, take Raleigh, but leave Victoria for me. Peter, I just don't care what you say, but Mussolini, he can't get away. Why?
They say people who live in glass house shouldn't grow cocoa. You know there?
From this smart man and woman, I feel the full weight of the hand. Them in the oppressed law, they never care about the poor. Peter, these people had a day. Well, now it's time for Stalin to play. Peter, wait, I say Peter, wait. Peter, lucky on Smith by the gate. Peter,
available on the App Store, the PEP app. Have you downloaded it yet?
Peter, look the English woman who on South Africa refused to put.
By next week it's on the Google Store.
Peter, I just don't care
The
what
international.
going in the fire too. Why?
All of those who support us and stand with us, all of those who have been at the start and all those who are coming on board now, we thank all of you. This is your country, this is your party. What we're doing here, none of us doing this for ourselves. None of us in this looking for a job, a end, a blue lights. Come and meet the people, see the real people you're talking to. None of them tripping over themselves, fighting for position. This is an organization of people that have a vision for a better country, that love people, that want every creed and race to find an equal place. They have no division, no divider here. I don't care who you're sleeping with, who you're waking up with, who you're walking with, who you're praying to. None of that is my business. None of that is our business. Here, people are people. You know what I mean? Every creed and race finds an equal place. That is the ideal of our national anthem. And we want to be able to say with conviction, like the psalmist. No, don't bring religion and anything. Separate it, right? Listen. The political landscape of Trinidad and Tobago is corrupted and broken. It is redundant for me to tell you that. The reality of this conversation, the reality that faces all of us tonight, all of the brokenness of Trinidad and Tobago requires that we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, intervene. Eric Williams, the father of the nation, the founding Prime Minister of this country, said it redounds to each of us to protect our democracy from the government. Eric Williams said that. And every real political activist all through history said the same. So we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have a responsibility. Right now we have a responsibility. If you don't like me, I agree. Don't like me, hate me, I don't mind. But stand up for your country. Find a way to get involved. Don't let the full extent of your expression be to dislike me. That's a waste of time. Let us love our country and love each other and look to bloom where we planted and work in your house, in your street, in your neighborhood, in your community, in your constituency. Once we fix those things, we fix the whole country. All the people who committed crime, must bring them back into the national conversation. There's a reason they're excluded. There's a reason that they feel that bandit is a career. We need to undo that. Something wrong and broken. Something wrong and broken in the society if people can believe that bandit is a career. It's not. We have to bring those people back into the fold. We need to go into the communities where the people have been left behind and bring them back up. Lord, the respect for the rule of law only works when all of us feel like we're in the same boat, rowing in the same direction. Nobody in Trinidad feels that way now. We need to undo and redo plenty things about this country, we know that. There are people sitting down in big position today, tonight, drawing big salary today, tonight, and know that their job is a lie, that the service they offer is a lie, that is based and predicated upon a lie, upon lies. They know that we need to fix this. People are feeling a sense of hope for the first time in this country's history. They are feeling like a new day is about to dawn, that we could hold hands, black, brown, white, green, that Syrian, Caucasian, African, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, wherever your family and your forebears come from, all are we together, hold hands together, go forward together, and rebuild this country to be the nation that we want it to be. That is the vision of the Progressive Empowerment Party. We dream of a nation where every creed and race finds an equal place, where the elderly are allowed to walk off into the sunset of their years in comfort and safety, where little children could grow and play like we did, free of the concerns of the criminal class. We need to make sure that no longer poverty drives crime, that no longer government engages in criminality, that a corrupt contractor class can manipulate the offices of state to their financial benefit to the detriment of everything else. Those things have to change. The power of this nation, the prime minister and the opposition leader, they exist on your power. We the people are the power. Your vote, your consumption, your labor, that's the whole circle right there. We will go forward. We will fix this nation. It devolves to us. We have this as a responsibility. The next generation is looking to us. These little children are looking to us to see it's a relay. What are we going to hand on to them? What we received is a blighted cup, yes, but it doesn't have to stay so, and it's easy to fix. We need to step up and stand up. And all my foreign-based Trinis, I love the lover, but you have to get more involved, you know. You have to get involved because you want to come back home to your country. So get involved and help us undo and redo and redevelop Trinidad and Tobago. So when you see that red, white, and black, you get the goosebumps and you know why. That this is my land. I'm from here. My family from here. The navel string buried here. And I will live and I will die here because this is my land. We need to do that. We need to make this a place that every creed and race could find an equal, equitable place. Yes, thank all of you who are with me tonight. Sorry that it was as rough as it was. I need to apologize because this is not the conversation I want to have. But I want my haters and my enemies to know, if you come at me, don't think, do not mistake my kindness or my silence for weakness. Don't overdo it. We let you run. You overrun. Yeah? Trinidad and Tobago, stay safe.